What's up, everybody? We is live, baby. Can everybody see me? This is Sean with On the Other Side Paranormal Podcast, and I have got a special guest with me tonight. Y'all know who he is. He is the world famous Mr. Chriis Mendace. I'm gonna go ahead and add him to the stage. What's up, brother Chris?
What's up? I like the introduction there.
Thank you, sir.
Famous.
He is the world famous Mr. Chriis Mendace in his house tonight. My brother from another, my Puerto Rican poppy essay. Yes, he's got the mustache.
I did.
We've got Michelle Wilfong in the house from the haunted apartment.
I grew it just for you.
What's up, Michelle?
What's up?
Now, those of y'all. Oh, we've got Courtney Nicole in the room. Oh, God, we got Courtney. Oh, Courtney Nicole in the house. Listen.
A whole bunch of nonsense about this shit.
It is really about to be a whole bunch of nonsense in here tonight.
Oh, man.
Michelle, thank you so much for tuning in. Look, this is not a formal podcast, y'all. This is me and my homeboy, Chris, about to just talk paranormal. And yes, Best Dressed Hobo, we live, baby. Look, that's my man Cody in the house. Cody had pulled up on us while we was investigating. The only problem I got with that, Cody, while you pulling up on me, is you didn't stop and join us. Next time you're gonna pull up, come join us, brother. You know we live, baby. Yes. What's up, Andrew? Thanks for tuning in, y'all. That's right, Courtney. We live, baby. Chris.
What's up?
We need to do this more often. We always on the phone. I feel like we need to publicly do this.
Yeah, this is one of our random here chats. We figure we let you guys join in on a regular random phone talks that we talk all the time, you know?
We always on the phone like two females, ain't we?
We are. Two females in love. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
All right, hold on. I'm having some technical difficulty with my speaker here. Every time I cut it up, it goes down. So hold on, y'all.
Yes.
All right, say something.
Arrows on there. Can you hear me now?
All right, yeah. It's not you, it's me. It's this stupid. I need to get a new sound system in here, y'all. Every time I cut it up, it goes down. Something Courtney did. Courtney's in there messing with me.
Yeah, Courtney, all the comments are coming through YouTube for the most part. That's probably why you can't see them.
You see it on the screen now? Is it coming up now? Can you see the comment?
Yeah, I can see the comments on my end.
All right. Courtney's lying.
Nah, she's probably on the Facebook side of it watching it, and she can only see the Facebook comments, not the YouTube comments.
Oh, we're going to have the same convos as on the phone. So, y'all, you know, I know that we have some people who tune in on our Tuesday night podcast, y'all. But Chris and I, we were just chilling. Chris was just chilling, and I was just chilling on the phone. We were like, man, we're bored. Let's just go live and talk about some of the same shit we talk about on the phone. So we was going to do that. What's up, David Mason? Shout out DNA Race.
Getting kicked out by the end of the night.
We'll probably get kicked out. DNA Racing, DNA Karaoke. It's my brother David. We go way back. We got On the Other Side podcast streaming with On the Other Side podcast.
I forwarded it to my streaming, so it's streaming on my channel. So let me see. Pretty sure.
We got Bert that said Happy New Year, Chris.
Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's, Bert. Thank you. Hope you guys are enjoying your New Year's so far.
Courtney, stay in there on the chat or whatever. You do better with responding to stuff than me. I'm new to this leading the chat, y'all. So call me on it if I don't address something. But I do want to take a minute to those of y'all, and I'll do this probably throughout the night. Chris, I want to get you on here more. But those of y'all who don't know Chris that's in here, Chris is a close friend of mine. Chris and I had a little rocky start, kind of, because when I first met Chris, he looks like a douche, man. He's got that Jersey Shore look, the tattoos, and the little mustache. And when I met Chris, I walked up to him and said, man, you don't like black people, did you?
He said, who's this Yankee? Was one of the first things out of his mouth.
Yankee coming to the South, stepping on my turf, trying to investigate. And I tell you what, man, I investigated with Chris, and it was like almost mimicking my style. I was like, yo, this is like weird. Somebody investigates just like I do. That was crazy. And then like the chemistry that was going on with investigating is you don't find that very often when you investigate with people you don't know. And then all of a sudden, I don't know where the friendship side came from. We just started talking, and I was like, dang, I just met a brother in the paranormal world. So I thought it was pretty cool. Chris is
Yeah,
very knowledgeable.
me and Bert go way back to the Garda days.
Oh yeah, Bert.
Yeah.
Move to the right, Sean. To the left. Take it back now, y'all. All right. I'm to the right. But yeah,
Hey,
so
hey, I'm
so
gonna show you guys a sneak preview of what I'm working on. Let me see if I can present it.
yeah,
I think you guys are
Chris is
probably the first ones that are gonna get to see this. If it works, let's
Chris
hold.
is one hell of a video guy, y'all. Y'all got to check out his work.
Let me see if I can do this. Present. Can I do share screen? Let's see if that works. Share
Thanks.
screen. Boom. Oh no, window. There we go. There we go. All right, let's see if we can share this. You guys see this? Did it come up?
No, I don't see it.
Like you might have to click it
Oh, I
on
have to
your.
present it. Okay. All right. Hold
Yeah.
on. Add the
Let's see.
stage. Look, I'm new to this, y'all. I'm new to this.
Let's see. Hopefully it doesn't lag. So let's see. You guys can all see and hear that, right? I'm about to hit play now. See if it works. That make a fool out of me. Let's see. This is gonna be the opening intro of my new video I'm working on. If it decides to play. Oh, massive fail. Let's see. Does anybody know any better program than Adobe Premiere Pro? It keeps crashing on me. There we go. Nope. No video. All right, let's close out and reopen it. Let's see. We can play it for you.
While you're working on that,
Functioning.
Chris, while you're
What's
working on
that?
that, Chris, why don't you tell everybody where you're at, like how to find you?
Yeah, you guys can follow me and find me if you haven't done so already. Supernatural Untold Stories. Make sure you follow this guy too. He's freaking awesome investigator. Him and Courtney Booth. And it's kind of a blast anytime we hang out and get together. We seem to have fun, and investigations sort of kind of take a better perspective, if I should say. It turns into like a much better atmosphere. We actually somehow get a lot of activity. Um, so what I'm about to show you guys, also, if you guys haven't followed me yet, make sure you follow me. Supernatural Untold Stories. If you guys haven't followed Hill City Paranormal, make sure you guys follow them on YouTube, Facebook, and all their social media platforms. They're doing pretty good on TikTok too. They actually beat me on TikTok with my new account, which is awesome. Final Cut Pro, yeah, I'm gonna have to try that one because the Adobe is definitely giving me a lot of issues. Um, Let me see. I think I'm ready to share again. Let's see. You ready?
I'm ready where you are.
Let's see. Share screen. Windows. Adobe. Share. There we go. All right. Is that back up? Show you guys the opening for this new video. So this video is actually going to be part of the Signal Network. It's actually going to be played on there. It's this is going to be part one. This is the opening for that video. Hopefully you guys like it. I think you guys are the first people to actually even get a hold or get a view of this as it's being made. Let's play it. There we go. 7 hours later again.
sat abandoned, its silence broken only by the whispers of the past. This isn't just a haunted house attraction. It's a bona fide haunt on its own. Welcome to Laurel's House of Horror.
What's going on, guys? We are here. Get ready to start this investigation. It is now 9:56 p.m. All right, I'll leave it at that. I was just opening a slow sneak peek into some of the videos actually that I'm looking on.
Uh-oh, Chris, I think I'm losing you.
I think all in all, I think we have 5 news to week. Let's see. Boom. What do you think? You get to watch and hear it when you're end, Sean?
Say that one more time.
You get to hear it when you're end? Did it play?
Yeah, I can hear it. I think that it needs to be out a little bit sooner than when it's coming out.
Yeah. I like it.
You know my opinion on it. Look, Chris is one hell of a producer, y'all. He really creates some really good content, and you know, Chris and I go back and forth on paranormal content. Yes, I'm an investigator, but I do not do well with watching paranormal content at all, and I'm very critical on content. I fall asleep just about on every paranormal show that I watch, but I do not fall asleep on Chris's. I don't. I will watch it. And I'm not just saying that because he's here. Chris knows I'm brutally honest about paranormal stuff. But yeah, I will watch his content. He does a hell of a job editing and creating content on his paranormal
He's
stuff.
like me in investigations.
Huh?
Falling asleep. So you're like me in investigations,
Yes.
falling asleep.
Chris falls asleep and snores really loud during paranormal investigations. Chris, how often do you investigate these days?
What's that?
How often do you investigate these days?
As of recently, I haven't really done much because I got to get all these videos done. But I mean, for a while there, I was doing at least 1 to 2 investigations per month, which was kind of nice. The last one I did was on the release of the movie theater video. We released it at the Clifton 5 Theater. And from there, I ended up investigating 3 other locations, which I had the opportunity of, which are some of the next videos that are going to be coming up. But it's it's just about at least 1 to 3 investigations a month. At least that's what it was averaging out to.
Got you. Yeah. We've slowed down a little bit. We had to take a break, man, because all this investigating got us tired, man.
That and talk about all the videos and having to put all this stuff together after you investigate. That's a lot of video.
Yeah. It'll make you tired, man. I got the raccoon eyes going on, man. The dark circles.
Me too. Can you tell?
Yeah.
I need to cut my hair. It's all long.
Yeah, man.
That's the stuff you were talking about earlier. I see it.
What's that?
Me and Sean have the same problem. We have
yeah.
only pops up in certain areas.
Patchy. Ariel.
Let's see.
Hold up. I'm slacking here on the comments. We got Bert said cool. Bert says, hey, I have a tip for you, like a house that's abandoned but has a lot of activity. Bert.
Send the info our way.
Yes, we would love to come to it. I want to shout out this lady right here, Ariel Dotson. Ariel, if you're in here and can hear me, I want to personally shout you out. Now, Ariel came to us as a new investigator. She had never investigated before, and she came on one of our publics. And I'm gonna tell you what, that girl is like a pro. I'm impressed, man. She was like a new investigator. She went in there and she was getting a lot of evidence and was just like rolling as if she had been investigating for years. I'm impressed with her. And it's a birdie told me, Ariel, that I'm gonna see you soon in February at the Sandusky House investigation. So I just want to give you props, Ariel. You do a hell of a job investigating, and I want to speak on that for a second. New investigators, Chris. If for some reason it's the new investigators who are awesome investigators.
You don't
Why
find
do you
that
think?
very often. You'll get the ones that are always screaming, yelling, taking pictures, saying that orbs are, dust or orbs and all that good stuff. But it's always good to see people that use actually common sense and regular knowledge when investigating. Not everything is a ghost, and that's I feel like that's the mentality kind of everybody has to go into investigating. Um, you can find some sort of explanation for it, then hey, it's not paranormal. But when you find people like that that are awesome at investigating right off the bat, that's hard, man. It's hard to find. It's awesome.
Yeah, she actually came to Rainworth from Lynchburg and went straight into the blacksmith shop and was getting EVPs and all kind of activity. She handled that pretty good. I want to shout out Ryan Jones from the cabin on the 360. If that's the same Ryan, Ryan, your picture looks a little different right there, brother. So if that's the same Ryan Jones from the cabin, I think that's you. All right, his picture looks different, Courtney, right there. But then again, I got my glass. I can't see all that well, y'all. But that's brother Ryan. What's up, man?
Get the cheaters.
Okay, Ryan, my man Ryan. We're gonna shout out Ryan Jones. Ryan is the reason why we started podcasting, y'all. He basically paved the way for us to do it. So we appreciate you, Ryan. Y'all check him out. He also has a podcast every Tuesday night, the freaking awesome paranormal show. Ryan, you got to get this guy on there. Chris Mendace with Supernatural Untold Stories. He'll be a great person to have on your show. We're not really doing a show tonight. We're just two guys talking about paranormal stuff.
This
But
was a phone conversation that we said, "Hey, you want to go live? Sure, let's go live. Let's go live," and we went live. Isn't that how it went?
that's how it went. So anybody who wants a topic that you want to ask us or talk about, feel free to put it in the comments, and we will definitely talk about it. That's all we're doing is just sitting here talking.
I like it.
But Ariel, thank you for all your support and what we're trying to do.
I'm sorry. I just
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I saw a squirrel for a minute. You know what I mean?
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I'm going back to that conversation you were talking about earlier. The over at the house over there in Gettysburg, the Rainsworth. How was the blacksmith shop when you went? Was it active as it was that night we went, or?
You know, it was so freaking cold. We didn't go. We were invited by a group of females that we did the public with last time, and I just let them tell us what they wanted, and we did what they wanted to do, and I was cool with it. I was cool with not going there. It was too damn cold, so I was actually cool with not going in there. But so I can't tell you how active the house was. Very active though, so I'm not sure.
Huh.
It's located in Woodstown, Daretown Road, in House Grove, New Jersey. Red brick house, abandoned old farm. I don't know anything about the history of the property. However, I can honestly feel a lot of spirits there. About 2 evil and 4 good spirits reside there. That sounds right up my alley. We got Emily Warner in the house.
Yep, what's
from
up?
Lost Souls Paranormal. How's the husband feeling, Emily? Emily, don't be lying either. We got Shauna in here from the Doll's House. I didn't see her pop in, but what's up, Shauna? Shout out to Doll's House. Shauna, here's Chris. You finally get to meet him.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
But Chris, I'll tell you the craziest, one of the craziest experiences I had though at Gettysburg was when you called me and you were asleep, and you know, when you ran the camera back and you were snoring the entire time.
This was definitely pretty interesting.
I'll let you tell the story.
You tell the story from your end, and then I'll cover it from my end.
Hey, Shauna.
We'll do that.
So basically what happened was we had been up investigating all night. Chris and I was tired. So Chris went upstairs to go to sleep, This was about 4:30 in the morning. I lay down in the bed and go to sleep. All of a sudden, my phone starts ringing. And I answer the phone. What's up? Chris goes, hey, man. And nothing. And then I hear a bunch of talk and I hear a bunch of, that's literally what it sounded like. And then I finally just hung up the phone. Then I got worried. I was like, is Chris having a medical emergency? Like, what's going on? And then I was like, man, I guess if something's wrong, I'll hear it or something. I didn't know what to do. So I rolled over and went back to sleep. Well, when I woke up the next morning, my phone, it rang like 5 or 6 more times. I didn't know it. I was knocked out. So then I didn't think to ask Chris the next morning. I think I called you that evening. And I said, Chris, I meant to ask you, what did you want when you called me? You said, I didn't call you. I said, yeah, you did. You called me like 5 times and one time I answered. So when you went to go check your call log, you're like, damn, I did call you. Well, let me run the camera back to see what's going on or what happened. And you didn't touch your phone the entire time. Your phone didn't light up from correct at all or nothing, did it?
No.
You were just asleep the entire time and you were snoring. That was the crazy part about it. You didn't roll over on it or nothing.
You said you could hear my snoring through the vents too when all this talking was going on, right?
Right. I could hear you snoring.
Yeah.
Like really, because you snore for a little dude, you snore really freaking loud.
That's my deviated septum and all my other issues I got.
I'm right there with you with all my jacked up stuff going on.
I'm trying to find the video here. Give me a quick second. I think I have.
Paul Fowler. What's up, brother?
So, touching back on that, so when he reached out and said, "Hey, like, what do you need?" I looked back to my phone. I noticed like there was some phone calls that went out from my phone during the night, and I normally don't put a camera on in the room when I'm sleeping. And for whatever reason that night, something told me to actually leave a camera rolling in the room as I slept. And so once we figure out like all this happened, he says he can hear me snoring, but at the same time he can hear talking, and he thought I was talking through the phone. I go back and I play the video back, and throughout, I think I was asleep for like 4 hours or something like that. Because we ended up waking up like 9 o'clock, something like that.
Yeah.
I played a video back and I fast forward the whole video the entire night. You can see me. I fall asleep. I'm looking at my phone. I fall asleep. Phone ends up laying here on my chest for a little while. And about 2.5 hours in, I roll over, turn aside, and the phone comes over to this side. At any point in time, I didn't talk. I didn't say anything. My phone didn't move. I didn't call anybody. And my phone automatically locks as soon as I stop looking at it. Just locks. I think it's like a 30-second lock on it. And the phone was locked. When I went to bed, it was locked. When I woke up, it was still locked. I had rolled over on it, but there was no phone calls or anything that I could have made or obviously seen on the video of me making or myself making, which was interesting. It was kind of cool. And just the fact that we actually caught that on video, like obviously like something saying the complete opposite of what happened, was kind of cool. I don't know. It was definitely
But
neat.
the crazy part is you have an iPhone. Now, I'm new to the iPhone world. You can't just call people by rolling over on a phone.
No, not at all.
Like I'm sitting here tapping the phone. You can't just dial somebody's number.
Yeah.
And even so, let's say you did call me, right? Let's say you did roll over and let's rule out all the variables. You rolled over. You accidentally called me, right? You talked to me. I heard your voice.
Right.
And
that's the craziest part for me. Like,
and to put on top of that, I have a witness. Courtney was laying right beside me. Shout out Ronnie Anderson, my brother from Bedford Paranormal. What's up, man? Good to see you. I know that we have a few of our regular people who tune into our podcast on Tuesday. I just want to say, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Anything y'all want and everything y'all want to talk about, just put it in the comments. We'll talk about it. This is my buddy Chris. This is like a brother to me. This show right here just literally started from a phone conversation. We're bored. We decided to make it public, y'all. So anything anybody wants to talk about, hey, Ronnie, you're good, man. There ain't nothing to be late to. We're just two brothers having a conversation on a Sunday night. That's all. Anything anybody wants to talk about, we're here for it. Whatever y'all want to talk about.
You know what's
Right
crazy?
now, we're talking about some experiences we had.
I just went back to that folder where it says Chris room sleeping, and the folder is empty.
It's empty.
Yeah, watch this. Can I share my screen again? Let me see. How do I do that again? All right. Presents. Share screen. Share screen. Windows. Boom. All right. I just sent you the screen.
Cool, Paul. Send them over. We'll do something with it.
So this is the folder with the video of me sleeping. I click on it. This folder is empty. This is the living room portion. That's good. Static camera. That's good. But the room of me sleeping is not there. So if I go back into this folder that had the secondary file, that file is also gone.
Oh man.
This is all for this is all the videos from that night that we took. Drone footage. It's not in here. FS5. That's from my Sony camera. iPhone audio, iPhone video. Meta, Rainsworth. No. Any of these me sleeping? Nope. Dude, that sleeping video is gone on both files.
Wow.
You see everything else is there except that. You go back to that folder, which is where it was at originally, and my sleep.
I'm gonna get to y'all's comments in just a second because there's one comment I really want to address right now.
Interesting. Yeah, well, that video's gone, apparently.
Wow.
Kitchen
Well, let me know
set.
if you find it. I'll pull it back up.
Yeah, I won't. It's completely gone.
So Paul said he has some EVP sessions you need to send me. Shoot them over. I'll take a listen to them. I love listening to people's EVPs. I've really grown to like EVPs because, we talk. Y'all hear me talk about it all the time. I like the lights. I like, they're cool, whatever. But the only hardcore evidence are EVPs and videos and pictures, stuff like that. That's what gets me going. But Bert said something that really got me going. He said, I'm sensing an older man in his 70s. When he passed, he didn't know how to use a cell phone. That's why he made several calls. He was trying to figure out how to work the phone. Now let's talk about that for a second. Chris, there's an old man that was noted to be there, and especially in the room that I stayed in.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Well, I'm not going to say his name on here in case anybody else goes to investigate the place. But there is known to be an older man that haunts that place. Bert, you might be onto something. What if he was trying to use the phone to communicate and didn't know how to use it, and that's why that happened?
Yeah,
that's a good point. There is an old man though that's in his 70s. Well, we don't know if he's 60s or 70s. We just know it's an old man that he actually has a chair that he rocks in there. You might be dead on to something, Bert.
and the rocking chair too in the room. I don't know. You might have said that already.
There's a rocking chair in my room that I was in.
Yeah.
That he paces in there. We've had to tell him, hey, stop moving because we're trying to sleep.
Maybe that's why you heard it so clear because it was in the room you're in.
Could be. Karen Marsh, how you doing? Tell my little man I said what's up. Garrett Hotel. I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah, Sam. It would no, I'm not gonna lie. That's the look on my face when I found out Chris didn't call me. So Ronnie, why do you think it would erase just those two files? Maybe that's something that we need to have a podcast on. Because go ahead, Chris.
Not to cut you off real quick, but
no, you good.
There's
go ahead.
been times like I'll give you an example. There's been several other locations where that has happened. One of which was it was Penhurst Asylum. My first investigation I ever did there. All the files on my camera completely erased. when I got back to the house. I think I returned back like I want to say 2 years later to investigate it again. I brought the same cameras I had with me that same night. And by stepping foot on that property, all the videos came back to that camera. I was able to download them right then and there onto my computer. I always bring a laptop with me just to transfer files over. And because of that, I've always have actually like my cameras that can record in 2 SD cards and internal memory. A lot of times when I do these videos, I'll record it in both SD cards as like a backup and also the memory, which is why there's 2 files there with the same, it had both of the same videos. And for whatever reason, they're going. A lot of times they just don't want you to see it, or you weren't supposed to see it, or maybe it was just there. You know what I mean? Um, but that's kind of where I'm touching on that because I've had this experience before with other locations, and that has caused me to actually record on multiple files on the camera just to kind of save it as a backup. But we did have this happen with multiple other videos while we were there, and the only reason I still have those copies is because of that recording into multiple files. It also happened. Oh, I don't know if I can hear you. I think your audio's out, Sean. We also had it happen with the owner. I did an interview with the owner in his video. As soon as I started recording his interview, my one camera gave out, and his complete recording is completely disappeared. His entire interview disappeared off of the laptop. And we're not talking about the same items. We're talking about multiple different equipment that are causing this, and it's all for this very own investigation. Do you have anything else to touch on that, Sean?
No, I think that you're spot on. I think that we've talked about before that people have had EVPs on their recorder. They heard it, they know they heard it, and then all of a sudden they go home to listen to it and it's gone. Or even apparitions that were caught. They would look at the picture and they know it's there, they see it, and then they go and check on it and it's gone. The thing in this situation is, let's break down what happened. I know what happened. Courtney was laying right beside me when it happened. But I do want to skip to something real quick. I got to shout out where she at. I just saw her name. Amber Hellard, I think. We are coming to Kentucky soon, and this guy right here is coming with me. I'm kidnapping Chris and bringing him with me. So I'm just letting you know he will be there. So we're working on it real soon. Real soon. I think you and Courtney have been talking about it, but we can't wait to get back. And I'm actually going to talk about that investigation here in a few minutes. Let me get through to some of these comments. Let's see. Who'd I miss? Did I miss anybody?
Ronnie's got a good comment.
I'm gonna get to him. Yes, we are hooked on. Yeah, Paul. Ryan Jones and John Sullivan hooked me on the EVPs. Ryan Jones, this dude has like freaking Indians playing war drums and stuff. Crazy stuff. Paul Fowler. Yeah, it does make sense. Ed Odell, Dr. Odell. I was hanging out with Howie this past weekend. Shout out ASPS, great guy. Got me on speed dial. Ed said, "What's up, Chris?"
What's up, Howie?
It's crazy, but I have gifts. Hey, I believe that everybody in this lane has gifts. If you're sensing things at that location, absolutely, man. I would love to check it out if we can. What up? But yeah, Amber, I'm bringing this guy with me. This is the guy you want to do your video, by the way. Hell of a video guy. We're trying to drag Chris, though. Chris be acting funny sometimes.
I hide. I go in hibernation mode.
Ronnie, we have had files erased at Crescent. Camera rolled it all night and only had 2 files on the memory. It was just random walkthrough. No sessions were recorded. So, Ron, I think you told me about that. And Chris, didn't you say something got erased at Crescent?
Yeah, so I had it over by the school. We were, I think, the second floor hallway. And that file, for whatever reason, completely erased. The other cool part about that was we were live on TikTok, and I know like the service sometimes like acts up on TikTok Live and your video starts skipping. But the entire live went through with no issues when we were up there. But then when I went back to try to play the videos, all skipping and replaying over and over again through certain areas. But it was mainly all of that second floor hallway. But yeah, that happened to us at Crescent as well.
Yeah. Courtney's actually like moderating for me, y'all. And she's saying that she's not seeing comments. Are y'all seeing comments pop up?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure what's going on with the comments. So Ronnie was complaining about that before. She's not seeing people's comments. So y'all, I'm not usually the one in the captain's chair controlling, so I'm trying to pull up everybody's. I'm giving it all I got. Giving it all I got, y'all. No, I'm making sure I get to everybody's comments. But if y'all don't see them, let me know. I'm pulling every one of them up. She's livid right now. About not at y'all or me, but she's mad at the program. If y'all aren't seeing the comments pop up, let me know. But I will address everybody's comment. And Chris, yeah, I was listening to you. Maybe it's something with some of these locations that they just don't want you to have that evidence. Like they don't want us to know. You know, I was talking to, I think it was Howie I was talking to, where we were talking about, I think there's some things that aren't just meant to, we're not meant to know or have proof of.
Yeah.
Until we get to that side.
And I think it has, this is a crazy theory that I have, but I think it also has to do with us walking. Like, this is where, like, I go into the rabbit hole. Think about different dimensions, right? How many different dimensions are we going to walk through, like, daily? Like, how many dimensions do we walk through without realizing that we're walking through? So what about if what you captured at that time, you were in a whole completely different dimension, and then for whatever reason, you're back to your normal dimension, and that what you captured originally is no longer there because that dimension doesn't exist. Is that where you were going?
Keep going.
So
this is why we get along.
It goes back to my chapstick
theory.
It goes back to my chapstick theory. Like, let's say, like, how many times, like, you either chapstick, keys, anything for that matter, like, how many times do you like lose things in your house and you know you put them somewhere, and then when you come back looking for them, they're completely in a whole different location that you didn't even put them at. It goes back to that theory. Like think about it. Like, maybe you walk through two different dimensions at one time, and the one dimension you put your chapstick, your keys, whatever the case may be, in a normal spot that you always put them at. But in whatever other dimension you were at, somehow ended up somewhere else. Now, when you're back to your normal dimension, poof, you're back to looking for your items because they're gone. You put them somewhere completely different dimension without realizing. But that's just kind of where I'm. Don't get me going in the black hole a little too much, but
no, that's perfect, man. I was going to get there. Let me say what's up to Andrea Spence, probably one of the best female vocalists I've heard in a long time. Our girl can sing. Some country girl can sing right there. So she calls me Smack Daddy. I know that doesn't sound good. It's a long story. It's not what y'all think it is. But that girl can sing, y'all. That girl can sing. So shout out to her. Thanks for tuning in.
I wish I had a voice.
Chris, we got you on stage singing. I got a video somewhere. I should pull it up right here. But it seems like everybody who hangs out with me outside of investigating ends up singing. We got Howie up singing.
Listen, it was a word, and my word, and it's my word. So I said, if you sung, I did it.
Hey, everybody who hangs out with me outside of investigating gets up and sings with me. So I'm just warning y'all. If y'all ever hang out with me outside of paranormal, we're gonna sing. Let's see. Service sucked there. Yeah. I didn't get to investigate at Crescent. I got ran off of Crescent. Look, when I went to Crescent, all I wanted to do was take pictures before we investigated. And this group of dudes in the trucks came running up with like they was trying to go hard or something. I'm like, dude, first of all, y'all don't know me like that. Y'all need to chill out. We can all get along here. I just wanted to take a picture. I don't know who these people think they are. I guess they thought they was going to be tough or something. It's not. Hey, chill, people, chill. It's just a damn old place. Calm down. People act like, the people. I don't know why everybody wants to go hard all the time. Chill. It was just we just wanted to take a picture. Instead of pulling up like y'all gonna do something, just say, hey, what's going on? What are y'all doing here? Nah, man, just calm down, man. Chill.
Relax. We're here just having fun.
Bert said, yo, Chris, I would love to go on an investigation with you guys someday. I have had flashbacks of Native Americans over near, oh God, I can't pronounce it. Neither one of those words.
Mantua
M-word and M-word Hill area.
That's all near me. Mantua and Mullica Hill is probably maybe, I want to say 20, 30 minutes from where I live currently.
Hey, this guy sounds pretty cool.
We're anytime, man. Anytime we investigate anywhere nearby, I'll let you know and see if you want to go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Ronnie says yes. Paul says yes. Oh, here goes Ronnie with his bullshit. Man, look, I love this guy. He's a pain in my ass, but I love him. I love him to death. Let's just put it out there before we go any further. I love Ronnie Anderson to death.
He's got me blocked on all his social media platforms.
If he's blocked with his comments right there, y'all. Just take note of that. He's blocked with his comments right there. All right, Michelle, I'm working. Michelle Wilfong, let's take a minute and can we shout her out as well? Michelle Wilfong with the Haunted Apartment on YouTube. Go check her series out. It is very interesting. I like the YouTubers, and I don't just support Michelle because she supports me. I would support Michelle long before she knew who I was. I used to click on YouTube, and when I told y'all, I don't get into other people's paranormal stuff very often. But for some reason, when I started watching her channel, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here? And then I couldn't click off of it because I wanted to see the next thing would happen. And every day, she doesn't even really investigate. She just shows the different activity that goes on around her apartment. And you can't help but watch it because it's interesting. So y'all go support her. She shows nothing but love and support. And Michelle, we will always support you here on all of our platforms. Thank you for tuning in, as usual. And you got a new subscriber from Michelle Wilfong. And those of y'all who have tuned in and don't know who my buddy Chris is, he is Chris Mendace with Supernatural Untold Stories. He is one hell of an investigator. He is one hell of a content creator. All of y'all, please go like and subscribe to his network. He is also on the Signal Network with Scotty the Medium, and his videos air usually every couple weeks. He does a lot of investigations, y'all. His stuff is, in my opinion, better than the stuff you see on TV, but that's just a personal opinion, and it has nothing to do with our friendship. If I thought he sucked, Chris will tell you, I would tell him he sucks.
But
he's got some good content.
And it's just constantly, it's honestly just been getting better and better. Like the more I do it, the better it gets. And
I'll let y'all in on the secret. Chris inspired me to create content. I didn't start creating videos until I met this guy.
And
that's a true story.
He's doing way better than I am.
No, don't get the line on the platform, Chris.
I'm not lying. Listen, you're killing it out there. You guys are killing it with your TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all the other stuff. You guys are consistent, and you guys make some pretty good stuff. So
I appreciate it. So Ronnie said, do dimensions run parallel and sometimes cross or touch? Oh, Chris, I'll let you go first.
For the dimension portions of it?
Yeah, do dimensions run parallel and sometimes cross or touch? I like this. This is my kind of conversation right here.
Like, listen, in my opinion, I think we somehow intertwine with all these like different dimensions at times. So yeah, I mean, I think they can run parallel, and I think there's multiple different sections of the dimensions that we just don't know about. And I don't know, man. Like I've always been a true believer, like somehow intertwining accidentally with different dimensions. Let's go back to like the man that a lot of people claim to see. So let's say,
let's pause for 1 second. I done got slow on these comments, y'all. I told y'all I wasn't good at this. Before we get back, we're going to come back to this conversation, I promise. But let me say hi to Grand Time. That's one of the girls we investigated with at Rainworth. That best explain why all his stuff has disappeared. That's going to ride along with our dimension conversation. Paul, I definitely want to hear you sing. If we ever hang out, we'll probably end up singing together.
Don't say
Do
never.
either you know anything about house or apartment poltergeist? We're going to get to you next, Michelle. Right after we do the dimension, we're going to talk about Michelle's apartment. Andrea, thanks for the kind words as far as your... I'm sorry, I think this says name. I can't see y'all. My pop's fault. Yes, your dad is the one who gave me the name Smack Daddy. He somehow he turned Big Nasty into Smack Daddy. I think that was after a few too many of the Diet Cokes he was drinking that night. Back to Paranormal Talks. Yeah, I love her dad as well. He's a great singer, great musician, great guy. Those are great folks. Oh man, I'm missing all kind of comments. All right, I'm going to get to some more. Let's get back to Paranormal. I'll get to the comments in a minute. All right. So back to the dimensions, parallel or crossed over. And
yeah,
then we're
we're
going to get
talking.
to the...
Yeah, we're talking about, like, let's say when you're doing an investigation, a lot of times you have people that claim to see a shadow figure walking through a wall, a shadow figure disappearing. How do you know that they're the ghosts and you're not intertwining in those dimensions? Like, how do you know you're not just accidentally going into, like, that dimension where that person is still alive, yet you're the ghost? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
What's your thought on it? Like,
I mean, I think we're talking about the same stuff. I think that a lot of times when we're getting that quick EVP for that split second, that dimension's crossed. I think that's why a spirit box, we're not able to get a full sentence all the time, is because it's a split second. We're able to cross that dimension. We're able to cross that radio wave. We're not able to fully be into their dimension if we're able to cross it. I think a lot of what we're able to do when we investigate is get into that dimension. I'm leaning more towards dimensional things than it always being something right there at that time. I think a lot of it has to do with dimension. For years, they've been saying we really live in a two-dimensional world. For years, they've been saying that. Scientists have been saying that. That's not my theory. That's scientists. That's people with way more degrees than I'll ever see. So if that's true, if we're really in two-dimensional world, then what's a three-dimensional world look like?
let's talk about the mirrors. Like, right? How do you there's been a lot of controversy going around with mirrors that people can see. I don't know if you've seen some of those videos where people are actually, like, blocking themselves with, like, a towel, whatever they have, from the mirror itself. So they're blocking themselves completely out of it, but somehow the mirror can still see what they're doing on the other side of that towel. What kind of explanation do you have for that? You know what I mean? Like, there's no explanation. So do you think that the mirror could be, like, a possibility of somehow, like, intertwining both dimensions with each other?
For some reason, they've been saying that mirrors have been related to the spirit world for centuries, man.
Look at that. My camera's blurring out again.
I noticed it slowly started doing it.
Yeah.
I think that there's so many different tricks with that mirror thing that it could be. It could very well be that the mirrors could be dimensional. It could be, they said that back in the day that, back in, like, especially like the 1800s, that people didn't like mirrors or cameras because they believed part of your soul got trapped in there. Even in the Victorian times, when somebody passed away, they would cover mirrors because they didn't want spirits to get confused with going towards the wrong light.
I was going to bring that up.
So, it could possibly be something dimensional or something with mirrors. I think that we cross those paths, and because, again, when it comes to investigating with paranormal, we really don't know anything about what we're doing. We don't. There's no until we cross that other side. We have no idea what we're doing. None of us do. 20 years in the game, and I don't know anything. I don't. I can't say for sure that I know who I'm talking to or what I'm doing.
More questions than answers, to be honest with you.
Way more questions. So that was a good topic to touch on, and we could talk probably for hours about that. But Michelle had a question and said, "Do either of you know anything about house or apartment poltergeist?"
As far as as far as what, like just
So I think what
poltergeist
she's leaning on is her series that's been going on for a while. She's got some kind of activity. She has lots of light anomalies where she sees a lot of things and just a lot of weird happenings in her apartments from day to day. And she tracks it on YouTube. She's got like a whole series where she's not even investigating. She's just living day to day with cameras rolling at half the time, and she's just getting stuff. Everybody can chop up the orb or dust thing, I don't go around trying to debunk everybody's orb or dust stuff because to me, unless you're a dust expert, you can't call everything orb or dust. What I can say is that I know what dust looks like on camera because I've moved something in the room and seen dust fly up. I can also say I've been in a room where nothing is moved and seen things move around on the camera that clearly shouldn't move, like the same dust that I've seen move. In her apartment, I've seen things move where I'm like, there is no way in the hell that's dust. So
yeah, and I've noticed that too. Like also like just from doing investigations and using the IR lights and trying to understand how the IR lights work with the infrared. Um, I've noticed a lot of times too when doing investigations with orbs and dust and all the other stuff. If you have a separate mounted IR light to the camera, a lot of times it'll help with the dust aspect because now it's reframing and moving the actual lighting away from the lens of the camera, which will allow you to see whether or not there is some sort of light anomaly or some sort of orbs versus being able to see the dust. If you separate the IR light from the camera itself, it actually you can see when it's dust. You can actually see the dust moving versus, like I said, the light anomalies or any sort of orbs or pretty much anything other than dust that comes into the actual camera.
now you touched something I love too. Lighting. I think lighting is everything, especially when it.
I was giving you the layup for it because I knew that's where it was going next.
That's the alley oop. Lighting is everything. That was the one thing that made us click when it was when we were first ever investigated is lighting. That's one reason why I got away from a lot of IR stuff. IR shows everything that's moving in the air, as where full spectrum and UV is different. I noticed with UV lighting, it doesn't show as much dust if you're using full spectrum and UV on your camera. It doesn't show it will show if it's a big dust particle, it might show it, but it clearly looks like dust when you're using full spectrum and UV. But UV, I noticed you pick up mist better. IR mist shows up, it doesn't really show up well, but with UV, it highlights mist. So or ecto or whatever you want to call it. So everybody has different names for it. So people will start shooting me in comments. But I noticed ever since I started investigating more with UV and Ronnie with even mentioned ambient lighting when I first started talking about lighting. People have this misconception that everything has to be night vision with lights off and IR. I've gotten more evidence with lights on than I ever have with lights off in complete darkness. Now, even daytime investigations, I've gotten a shit ton of evidence.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. A lot of people don't investigate during the daytime. And usually when I ask them why, the explanation I usually get it's there's less people out there. There's less cars, which I understand. But if there's some sort of activity, a lot of times you can get some pretty good activity during the daytime. Like you can, I mean, yeah, it could be a little harder to actually explain or debunk the activity or whatever you capture, but you can investigate during the daytime as much as you can during the nighttime with no issues and still get the good amount of evidence that you could as if you were investigating at nighttime. We'll go back to Rainworth. We walked in the first day we got there during the day. You can cover what you and Courtney were experiencing, like right as I was getting ready to walk into the house.
The lights.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's funny. Because there's a whole rabbit hole with that one. So during the day, we first get to Rainworth. I'd even say before the lights, the feeling, just the paranormal activity doesn't always have to be what your equipment's doing, what your investigation happens. It also is your feeling. The first time I ever walked in St. Albans, I think Ronnie was with me and telling me about it. It was the same emotion and feeling that I got with I work in the mental health field, so I've been in many mental institutions, active ones, non-active ones. I did it because it was part of my job. And that same emotion that I got walking into the ones that were active, I got at St. Albans. To me, that's part of paranormal. Those entities and spirits within those walls were projecting that emotion onto me. So walking into Rainworth, just the emotion we all felt at that moment walking in there changed. The heaviness that people talk about, we all felt it at once. Then the lights, we all said we were cutting the lights off. We all announced it. You heard the buttons flip, the knobs turn and click. We come back, lights are on. I'm sorry. The lights, the lights were on, or we would have them on purposely, and we would come back and they were off. And that happened every time we left. Well, this time that I investigated, Grand Time was with us. I don't know if she's still here or not to confirm it, but I even took a video of it. Well, let's say that wasn't even the last time. The time we came back for the public investigation, the lights would flicker on and off. And I think they were doing it when you were there too, a little bit. Well, this past time, they were doing it on command. We would ask it to cut it on and off, and it was clearly, you could hear it click on and off on command this past time.
We had it. We had it happen in the rooms that first night.
The bedrooms.
And asked for it to come on, and we'd go back in the room, and the light would be back on, which was cool. Going back to Michelle real quick. Michelle, like, what is the story with your apartment? Like, obviously, you're having all sorts of poltergeist activity and things for that matter, but like, have you looked to see like what the original story is, how long your property has been there, like pretty much like the history of it? Like, is there any history to the location or the property itself that may lead to that poltergeist, or do you think it's something that's coming from a whole different place? As far
So
as
Howie said he can explain real quick. There's a location you can go on Google or the web that you can actually match up all references to dust, etc., to help you in the field. Howie, that's awesome that you posted that. I don't know if Howie's still in here or not, but that's awesome that Howie posted. I'm sorry if I'm slow getting to everybody's comments, y'all. This is an open discussion. Those of you just tuning in, this is not a what do you call it, podcast tonight. It's more of just a discussion that anybody who has a topic or a comment or anything you want us to talk about or address, or if you want to talk about it, just put it in the comments. I'm not usually the one in the captain's chair, so yes, I'm slow, but we're gonna get to you. I promise. We will address your comments, and if I don't address it or skip it, put it in there again. Or Courtney's in there. Courtney is actually in the chat moderating for me, and she's yelling at me in the background if I miss something. So
like,
I won't miss your comment, I promise. She's yelling at me though. She's keeping me in line here, y'all. Shout out Courtney Nicole with Hill City. She's the leader of this whole thing, but she's keeping me going, y'all. So make sure if y'all have something you want to say or us to talk about, that it's on here. But Michelle, we would like to know the story about your house, like what's going on, because I've wondered that myself. Like, what's making all this activity go on at your house? You have had this activity going for a long time.
Well, I'll tell you a funny story, Michelle. So, one of my first
Good point.
one of my first documentaries I was ever a part of is actually my hometown here in South Jersey. The actual location happened to be there's all brand new houses that were just recently built in 2020. All of these houses were having similar experiences. They were having the main overall experience was the fire aspect. A lot of these homes were experiencing something or something that had to do with fire. I'll explain. The first person that ever had any experience there, their house was actually being built. They were driving around the town. They came to that location where their house is being built because they were excited about their new house. They wanted to see the progress. They wanted to see how it was going. And as they're driving past the house, they look into the kitchen area, which the house is the shell of the house is built, but it's still not fully built. And they look into the kitchen, like through the kitchen window, and they notice what they thought was a fire going on inside the house. So they call the fire department. They call everybody saying their new house is catching on fire. Long story short, there was no fire in the house. What they saw was actually just some sort of, there was no fire there. So they could explain what they saw. They could explain why they believed the house was on fire. And it goes on. My first investigation I ever did, I used to be a firefighter in that area, and probably back in 2009, the fire chief there actually called me because one of his new firefighters were living in one of the new houses, and she was experiencing all sorts of paranormal activity, things that they could explain. And he reached out to me and said, "Hey, like this girl's pretty tough. She's a pretty tough chick, and she's experiencing some of this stuff." He said, "I really don't believe in anything paranormal, but just a simple fact that she's expressing that she's experiencing all these things is kind of a call for concern for me. Is there any way you can take a look at it?" So I ended up going there, and while we were investigating her house, the first time ever going to that area, other than when I grew up there, we started getting an EVP and some spirit box interaction of something saying fire left, fire left. Meanwhile, we're in her living room facing the main street of the house. And the reason I'm explaining that is because it kind of leads on to something here a couple days after. So we kept getting fire left, fire left, fire left. We couldn't really figure out what it was saying fire left for. We left. A couple days later, the neighbor ends up setting the house on fire. Sets the neighbor's house on fire and says that the voices in his head made him do it. Long story short, since then there has been a good amount of houses built, and for the most part, I think probably like 60% of the people that live there have all experienced something with fire. So when we filmed that documentary, we ended up doing 4 houses in that area that were pretty much experiencing the same thing. The one lady actually saw a ball of fire coming into the room. The other lady was experiencing lights turning on and off, different activity going on. But when we started looking into the whole property and the whole history of the property, it turns out that they started building those properties like 20 years before that. And for whatever reason, they stopped. And there's nothing on paper. There's nothing stating why they stopped. There's no explanation for it. And then they started rebuilding again. So what we can only assume, because we left there with more questions than answers, to be honest with you, but a lot of the stuff was poltergeist. There was a lot of things being moved. Actually, while we're filming, there's things being thrown in the bathroom, which I was able to capture the before and after, which is pretty cool. But it started leading back to it having been some sort of Native American burial ground, which is what we believe the possibility and the answer could be. Obviously, there is from what I researched was I'm going to butcher the name, so I'm not even going to say it. The Lenape, I believe, is what their name was. Tribe was in that area at the time, and a lot of that, from what we believe, has to do with the poltergeist. That's why I was asking about like the whole background of your house and what if you know the history or anything like that, because it kind of reminds me back to when we filmed this documentary. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's called Darkness in Suburbia on Scare Network. It was actually a pretty good 7-part documentary. And that's pretty much my hometown. That's kind of where I grew up, that whole area. And it has a really extensive history background. It leads back to World War II. Yeah, World War II. Yes. But that's kind of what I was asking. This is kind of intriguing and interesting. That is one of the things you're experiencing.
Well, Bert says Michelle needs to get out of her house. The sooner the better, or she needs a deep spiritual cleansing. She has a real evil demonic spirit in that place, and it does not like her and will go to the extreme to get rid of her. Just got this horrible feeling, thought I would share. Michelle, how do you feel about that? From what I've seen, I haven't seen anything malevolent, but I'm not there. So I'll let Michelle answer that. She can answer that better than me. I haven't seen nothing mean. We live in a haunted house. I'm pretty sure if I was to investigate my house, I it would be some interesting stuff that everybody would see. I just talked to the guy that passed away here and told him we can coexist. I just don't want to hear you and keep the lights off because it's wintertime and electricity's high. But and quit cutting my computer on upstairs. But other than that, he's pretty cool. This was his house. He built it, and I respect that. But Michelle, I'll let you answer that. I'm not in your house. I can't. I don't know. But she said that took out the whole tribe there, disease and war with the man. That's interesting. That's a lot of history there, Native American history. Oh, she said she knows. So, Michelle, do you think it's evil in your house that you're in? So Ronnie said that, I'm sorry, Michelle said she protects herself with prayer and grounding. I'm looking to move when so Michelle does think that it is evil and that it wants her gone. I think the best way in this field, a lot of people has their own beliefs. And Chris, I'm gonna ask you what your thoughts is, but I think the best protection you can have is prayer and grounding. Everybody has their own thing. Some people have crystals, some people have beads, some people have the only ritual I really have is smoking cigars. If you look at the history, I'm not going to go into the whole history. Chris is laughing because he knows where that's coming from.
I know exactly where you go with this. You go
he
back
knows where I'm going.
I know exactly where you go with that because that's my same thing, and it goes back to the Native American tribe. Like back in the day, instead of burning sage, they used to burn tobacco to actually like ward off evil spirits or ward off anything negative. And it goes back to the tobacco days. The same thing with Native American tribes, and I knew exactly where you're going with that.
Amy, thank you for stopping in. It's good to see you, dear. You have a good night and enjoy. Thank you for stopping in. But yes, everybody has rituals. I will say, and going back to that, yes, prayer works. For me, I can't speak for everybody, but I do smoke cigars. If I feel like something is not good, I'll tell the story. Chris and I was investigating at Rainworth Lodge. I felt like something was trying to, I guess, jump into me and control me. And Chris felt like something was trying to piss him off. And Chris was getting upset with me for some reason. And I couldn't figure out nothing he was saying when we were having a conversation, like literally a foot away from each other. We decided
the best way to explain it is almost as if you're high with each other and looking at each other, trying to figure out what each other's trying to say. Am I
right?
Wrong? Like that's the best way to explain it.
It was a very weird situation. So we both said, "Hey, we need to step out for a minute." We literally sat on the back of Chris's truck and lit a cigar and it seemed like everything just cleared out. But while we were doing that, we were still experiencing paranormal activity. My flashlight, which I have an old police mag light that you have to twist to cut on by itself. I cut it off. It cut back on by itself.
Inside your bag at that.
Inside my bag that I wasn't touching. And it was crazy, but I felt completely better after we had a cigar and just sat and grounded. We were literally just sat there and grounded for a minute.
We ended up getting a growl in the midst of all that too. Remember that growl that came through in the middle of like the woods?
Yeah. Yes, there was a loud growl that happened while we were smoking, which tells me that something wasn't happy that we were cleansing and getting rid of it. So and no, I don't think a growl's always demonic or evil. A growl could be just something's pissed.
Yeah, Bert, good night, brother. Thank you for stopping by and joining us. It's been awesome. Now I'll definitely let you know, brother.
Yeah, Bert. Thank you for stopping by, and we appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe and follow the Supernatural Untold Stories. And if you haven't subscribed and followed here, please do. Thank you again for the support. Michelle's YouTube channel is, Courtney said she posted it. I believe it's the Haunted Apartment. I think.
Yeah, let me see.
Michelle Wilfong. I'm sorry. I just subscribed to it. I don't know it. I'm sorry, Michelle. Please forgive me, honey. Please forgive me. But I'm subscribed. I am subscribed to you from like 3 different channels that I have. I have like 3 or 4 different YouTube channels. Chris will tell you. I just literally recently subscribed to him from one of my YouTube channels like 10 minutes ago.
I just sent her URL out for anybody who wants to.
But yeah. But that's the cool part about this channel too. We always encourage supporting each other and networking because everybody has good stuff. Michelle has good stuff. Chris has good stuff on Supernatural Untold Stories. He also has the Signal Network that he's a part of, where he posts his investigation videos. So everybody's good stuff here. But yeah, please subscribe. Please subscribe. But yeah, that night at Rainworth was crazy. But Chris, that's not the one. That's one of the few crazy. It's like every time we investigate together, something crazy happens. But what about the rebel yells that we heard? Not once, not even that we heard it twice. 2 separate nights, 2 separate locations.
That had to be honestly like one of the coolest. I'm trying to send all these links out to you guys, see if it goes through. They go through? Yeah, okay.
That's a good point, Michelle. Never heard nobody say that.
What's that?
I'm sorry, I was just commenting back to Michelle's statement. Where there's light, there's dark. Yeah. Good point.
I haven't heard that statement in a while. It's been a little while.
Yin yang.
Yeah. Going back to what we're talking about the rebel yell. That was honestly one of the coolest things. I've never heard that before a day in my life, and it wasn't until Sean pointed out what it was that it kind of made sense. I think one of the first places we heard it at was the Sandusky house, right?
Sandusky house.
Sandusky house. Right after I captured like a full body apparition walking past the window.
Now that was nuts.
Yeah.
We might have to back up on the rebel yell part now that you brought that up. Because I didn't even know you caught that until I was eating dinner with Ronnie Anderson, actually. I was with Ronnie Anderson. Funny you brought him up, who says I blocked him. I was eating dinner with him and his team that night. We got to talk about that before the rebel yell now. I forgot all about that.
I want to see if I have it still. Do I have it? Did I send it to you on video?
Yeah, I got it. I don't know if I have it on this computer, though. No, I don't have it on... do I have it? No, I don't have it on this computer.
Show our messages. Let's see if that works. Let's see.
While he's looking, Chris came to Lynchburg to hang out, and I took him by the Sandusky house. Hey, Ronnie says he has to head out. Ronnie, we got nothing but love and respect for you too, brother. Thanks for stopping in here.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, make sure you follow the Supernatural Untold Stories. And the Signal Network.
Yes.
He's got a lot of good stuff running. I think you'll like Chris and his style. He's real deal, brother. But Chris came to Lynchburg and we were actually out just hanging out at the bar that night. We went to go see a band. And Chris said, let's check out this place that you host investigations at, the Sandusky House here in Lynchburg. So we're at the Sandusky House like 2:00 in the morning. Nobody's in the place. The place is under security, like alarm, lock and key. You can't get in there. And Chris is just doing a live stream with his cell phone. Well, a month later, he's like calling me saying, Sean, you gotta check out this video. I'm like, all right, I'll check it out. He's like, no, check it out now. You gotta see what we got. And he caught a person walking in the window upstairs. And I'm like, what the hell? I looked at it like 10 times. And
the funny part was, TikTok. That's where it was.
TikTok, yeah. It's clearly a person walking. I showed it to his whole team, and his whole team was like, whoa. Shout out Bedford Paranormal, by the way. But I don't know how, I was like, but the crazy part was I saw it with my own eyes, as Ronnie Anderson likes to say. I don't know, Chris, if you saw that, if you paid attention in the video, I just told Courtney, oh, I saw her standing up there.
Yeah, you did. That's what.
Yeah.
So at first, I didn't see it. It wasn't until like one of my followers actually pulled it out. They're like, dude, like you got to look at what you caught. I'm actually going back to my videos now to see if I can find the actual video.
But and I saw somebody walking up there, but I thought, it was late. It's like 2:00 in the morning. I thought maybe my eyes were playing tricks on me, or maybe, maybe I did see something. But it was one of those things where you see it, but every investigation, you see a shadow figure here and there. But to actually catch it on camera.
Yeah. The crazy part was that I posted that video that same night and it didn't upload until a month later. You remember that?
Yeah.
Why is that?
But I knew I saw somebody walking around in there, but there's no reason why nobody's there. There was no other car in the parking lot. You can't break in there without the police coming. It's under security. You have to punch in a key in the pad or you'll set the alarm off. You can't. Nobody was there.
Oh, here it is, right here. I found it. See, can I share the video?
And those of you who are in here watching, I'd like to thank y'all for hanging out with us. If there's anything y'all want us to talk about or anything you want to comment for us to bring up, I know it's late on a Sunday. Some of y'all got to get up for work. We're not going to keep you too much longer. Well, we might. I don't know. I ain't tired yet. But you don't have to stay.
I gotta be out of my house by 4:30. 4:30 in the morning. Let's see. Boom. I think this is the link. Let me see. Is it gonna let you in the link? Poof. I sent the link. Now let me see if I can share my screen.
Make sure y'all follow him on TikTok too, y'all. Supernatural Untold Stories.
Yeah, let's go here. All right. Boom. Let me know when you're ready. I'll play it.
All right. I'm adding it to stage. There it is.
So what you guys want to look is focus like up in this area as the camera moves along.
I don't know how big it is on the screen.
I sent the link, so if you guys want to actually watch it, you can click on that link and actually watch the video also. I got you. Real quick, this is a quick behind the scenes of walking around right there. Poof. You guys focus up here. Actually, already have looking mansion. It's called the Sandusky House here in Virginia. This thing's great. It's pretty cool. I'm here with Sean and Courtney. And now we're just checking the area out. I've investigated this property before, and
I saw it.
What is it?
The woman. It was that woman that they see.
Really? Cool. I'm here with right about here. Sean and Courtney. And now we're just checking the area out. I've investigated this property before, and
I saw it.
What is it?
The woman. It was that woman that they see.
Really? So if you guys hear, he says, I saw her. It was the woman that they see. And for whatever reason, I ended up getting it on video.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Poof. There we go.
All right. Why aren't we visible?
I think you took the camera out. You hit the camera button.
All right. Hold on, y'all. I got to figure out how to get back on visible here. I don't think so. Can y'all see me?
I can't see you. I can't see. I can see myself in the back. On like the back room. You're in the show. I think you got to hit the camera button somehow.
All right, hold on, y'all. I'm gonna figure. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Courtney.
No, it just says remove, Courtney. Hold on. I know I'm here somewhere. Hold on. Let me see. No.
Thank you, Michelle, for following. Appreciate it.
Is that better? Can you see me now?
Yeah, we can see. I can see myself again. Yay.
I'm back. Okay. There we go. All right. How about that? Does that look better?
Yeah, we got you. You're back on.
All right. So yeah. So right after that, we're walking around. We're hearing a bunch of stuff. We're hearing knocks. You're seeing people moving. You're seeing glimpses of stuff moving around inside. But then all of a sudden, we hear the rebel yell. That was nuts.
Yeah, it was actually pretty cool. I think the coolest one was at the graffiti house when we were investigating the graffiti house. Right at the end of the graffiti house,
That's
we
the
hear
best one I've ever heard.
It sounded like multiple yells going across the field. Well, what's cool about it is that for those of you guys that don't know anything about the graffiti house was actually used during the Civil War as a like meetup area for all the soldiers to meet up. And the reason it's called the graffiti house is because there's graffitis on the wall from the soldiers back in the day. So they wrote the names and what platoon and everything that they were from. Now, touching into the actual area right across the highway, which is directly in front of the graffiti house, it's what what's considered to be the Brandywine or Brandy Station battlefield. And right as we're leaving the graffiti house, we're outside talking. Obviously, there's no cameras rolling. We're saying goodbye because we're getting ready to leave. And it was you, myself, and the owner or the guy that runs it.
Yeah, Paul. Shout out Culpepper Paranormal.
And right then and there, like we all three of us heard right at once what sounded like multiple screams throughout the battlefield. But it started at one end and ended up on the other end. And at first I thought it was coyotes. It sounded like coyotes like screaming and crying for, just do what coyotes do. And yeah, it wasn't coyotes. Come to find out, there's no coyotes in the area, especially around that time of year.
That was crazy how that just echoed across the field.
Went straight across. It was cool. It was very cool.
Yeah, it sounded like a tape recording or something. It was so weird how that sounded.
What about the soldiers? You got to see like the silhouette of soldiers walking across the street right by the
Yeah, at the end of the road. I was standing out there. I was actually filming while y'all were inside, and I looked down the street. There's like a whole crowd of people down there. The minute I went to go take my camera to pull it up, they were gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, the graffiti house was very interesting investigation.
It's definitely cool.
That was the first time I think the lantern was going off, the lantern REM pod that we had. You know me, I'm not a big REM pod guy. But there, I was like, why is this? I didn't even know why it was going off like it was. Tripwire kept going off. That was graffiti house was definitely an interesting, very interesting investigation.
I will say this: if you guys ever go check the graffiti house out, you got to check out that arcade store. or the arcade
Yes.
bar, and
Throwbacks Arcade.
probably one of the coolest places I've been to in a little while. And all
Good
the games
food
are
and
free.
good games.
Yep, all the games are free.
Yeah, Throwbacks Arcade in Culpeper, Virginia. Go holler at Paul Warmack.
Yeah.
Go check him out. Great guy. Well, Chris, I think we're gonna wrap it up. We got to do this again.
Yeah. Wow, we were on for like an hour and 30 minutes. Oh, it's crazy. Hour and a half.
Yeah.
Well,
Chris, when is it? You also have a new adventure that's not exactly paranormal that's coming out as well, don't you?
yeah, we're actually in the working process of it. But if you guys haven't followed it, make sure you follow it. It's going to be pretty much true crime, no, I wouldn't say paranormal, but it's more of a true crime podcast where we cover any and all true crime incidents and also police cases, for that matter, which I think would be cool. Hearing it from firsthand perspective and different guests that we'll have that should make those podcasts even better. So hopefully you guys follow it. I'm gonna send you guys the link right now. Let me see here. Poof.
And what gives you the credentials to talk about things that go on firsthand with police officers?
That
What
you're gonna have to join the podcast and find out.
You got your mustache back, man. I figured I'd put it out there.
It's actually going away in a couple hours. I got to shave my whole face to go to this thing tomorrow.
Man, you don't be shaving your face, man.
Yeah, I got to shave it off. It's got to go. But the podcast is going to be called the Shielded Truth Podcast. It'll be on Facebook, YouTube, and also Instagram. I still haven't figured out where we're going to go live from, what days we're going to go live. All that information will be coming out soon. But if you guys haven't followed, make sure you follow. I'm going to put the link right here. And it should definitely be a cool podcast, be different, a little something different than paranormal, but it's still going to have a little matching personality with supernatural untold stories. That you guys will have to watch. Would be kind of cool. Maybe Sean will join me one of these days on there.
You know, I do have a military police standpoint.
Oh, I like it. MP.
Yes. Michelle, I'm gonna try to get Chris to do more. I think, Chris, we should, like, our conversations on the phone need to be public. I think they should be on here more.
I don't think they should be public.
Not all of them. No. Courtney yells at us enough in the background.
Can you imagine? We'll be indicted by next week.
Yeah, maybe we'll do some and invite more people on. We need to get Michelle on here with us.
Yeah, it'd be interesting.
Hear about that apartment.
Yeah, her apartment looks very cool. I wouldn't mind investigating if you're open for investigations.
Yeah, Michelle, we'll come up there and investigate it one day. How about that? That would be cool.
Let me see here.
We got a lot of stuff going on in there, though. It's a lot. Like, if you ever get free time, just click on her channel and let it play. Like, the stuff that goes on in there is crazy.
Yeah, for those of you guys that I should say still want to watch, also, I'm going to be live tomorrow with Scott and the Medium on the Signal Network. We'll be talking about the video that I just released for the theater. Echoes of the Forgotten Clifton 5 Theater is going to be the video that we're going to be talking about. It's already been released on the Signal Network. If you guys haven't checked it out, make sure you check it out. Also, if you haven't followed my page, you haven't followed Hill City Paranormal, make sure you guys follow them. Make sure you follow their Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube pages, and TikTok. Don't forget TikTok, because that's the one they need to go live more on. Sean likes to go live on Rainbow. Also, make sure you follow him on Rainbow. And yeah, from there, make sure you follow my pages, and it should be fun.
All right. Well, y'all, we're going to head on out, but make sure y'all tune into us every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern time. Make sure y'all give my man Chris a follow here. and let us know in the comments or send us a message if y'all want Chris to do this. We'll make this a every time you get a chance. Chris has a very hectic schedule. He's a very busy guy. He does a lot of filming. He does a lot of everything, y'all. So I guess it'll be one of those random nights where we just pop on, y'all. But if y'all want us to do this more, put in the comments, let us know if y'all are interested in us just coming on and talking about experiences and our opinions on stuff. We know what everybody says about opinions, y'all, but if y'all would like to hear ours, please let us know. Huh?
Everybody has one. That's what they say about
everybody has one. If y'all want to hear ours and y'all want to hear some stories about our time in the field, put it in the comments and we'll do this again.
Also,
maybe we'll do
have here. How about this? If you guys have any paranormal stuff that you want us to look at, make sure you send it to Sean or myself, and when we go live, we'll review it live. How's that sound?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this was fun just hanging out. I know we do the Tuesday night podcast thing, and I enjoy seeing you all there, but I was thinking about maybe doing it some more. And again, Chris and I talk about all this stuff on the phone multiple times a week, and I think it was a brilliant idea for Chris to mention, let's just do it live and see what everybody else has to say about it. And I liked hearing everybody else's side of things as well. Everybody's stories, inputs, opinions, especially the dimensional stuff. That was great.
Yeah.
So yeah,
we have a lot of random thoughts, and our random thoughts ended up with us taking over the whole Ghost City tours in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, and Don't Lie.
Shout out Andy Andrews with Vapor Paranormal and Ghost City Tours. If y'all in Gettysburg, go check out Ghost City Tours. Also check out Ghost City Tours. They're great. Gettysburg. Just don't park behind there, or the Masons people will try to block you in and not let you out. That's what happened last time I was there.
They will tell you.
We parked back there in the same spot you parked in, and they blocked us in and wouldn't let us out.
You need the Masonic Lodge, man. You need a little patch that goes in the back of your car.
Nah, man. Nah. I ain't doing it.
Oh, that's funny. But all right,
I'm
guys.
a member of too many things as it is.
What's that?
Y'all have a good night. Get some rest. We love you, and we will see you on the other side. It won't let me in. I don't know how to get out of here.